One of the things that I really wanted to talk about tonight are 5 concepts that will help take you through month end. Okay. And these are things that you can start to do. If you haven't already been doing them, you can start doing them literally right now. Okay. So the first one, okay, if you're not taking notes, I want you guys to write this stuff down. Conversations over posts. Okay. First, meaning, what do I mean by that? I am not saying stop putting out content. I'm not saying don't post anything. What I'm saying is don't stop with posting. Okay. Do not stop with posting. What we want you to do is we want you really engaging with people in the next 24 hours because these conversations are what will convert into customers, new ambassadors, new business. So, like I have it here, I want you to think about, okay, who haven't I talked to this month or who haven't I followed up with yet? Who said maybe later? Who watched stories but never responded? Do you guys have people that you have been connected to that have maybe you've done some of these things with? Yes or yes? Okay, I would say yes too. All right. So, what I'd love to see you guys do is go back and reopen those conversations. Simple engagement. Use something like what I shared here. Hey, I know life gets busy, and we started a conversation about the $30 trim sale. Tomorrow's the final day. I'd hate for you to miss out. Can I get one ordered for you? Okay. I want you guys to see what I did there. I ended that with, first of all, I validated them for not getting back to you. Okay. Because people are busy and life happens. And just because closing the month is extremely important to us, it doesn't necessarily mean it's their top priority. They very well might be interested in product or business or whatever, but it's not top of their list right now. And we need to be in charge of our business. We need to be the ones doing the follow up. So validate the fact that you haven't heard back. We acknowledge the busy and then end it with a direct question. Okay, can I get one ordered for you? So this way, they really have a reason to re-engage back with you and to basically answer you. Okay, and remember, you guys, you do not need to be perfect. You've heard us say this over and over. If you wait until you're perfect, you'll never start. You need to just do. You need to just be active. You need to just do it. Sam says, fake it till you make it. I say do it messy, but the bottom line, guys, is just do it. So end with a direct question, but get back into those conversations, okay? Second thing that we want you to do for this month is create urgency. People do not move without a reason. Give them a reason. Remind them our promo is ending. Our $30 in the US trim sale is ending tomorrow. Again, we don't want them to miss out. This is, this what I'm sharing here, this is generic to all of the time. Whether there's a bonus on the table, bonuses are closing, promos are ending. Say it with confidence, not pressure. And here's some verbiage for you. The conversation we started is time sensitive. I wanted to make sure you realize tomorrow is the last day for X. Can I help you get started? Again, ending with a direct question, and you're helping them make a decision. You're not forcing a decision. So every single month in business, we want you to create some form of urgency for whatever it is. So that way you actually can get some execution. Okay. Third thing, kiss. Keep it simple, sweetheart. That's what I like to call it. Keep it simple. And I cannot stress this one to you enough. You guys, too much information leads to overwhelm, not clarity. Okay. A lot of times we have a tendency to think that people, if they haven't said yes to the product or to the business, that they need more information. And that is not necessarily true. What it really means is they don't understand everything yet, or they haven't really seen how it's going to fit into their life yet. It doesn't mean they need more information. I think, and if you have done this, drop it in the chat, say me, because guess what? Guilty over the years. How many of you have literally just info, 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 link, link, link. Watch this training, join this, watch this video. And you literally make somebody's head spin and you're like, oh gosh, if I could go back and do it again, I would never. And you guys are probably laughing at me right now because you have all do it. Yeah. So me, I'm laughing at the chat. Don't throw up on them. So me. Okay. So we really, really want to create a simple product or bundle, something that you guys love, something that you love, something you're confident in, something that you feel good sharing. And that is what we want you to spend the rest of the month focusing on. Okay. One product bundle, one result, one clear call to action. Stop sending people more information. More info leads to more questions. Okay. And they just never make a decision. The other thing I want you to think about too is if you still have somebody on the fence, I'm going to give you something that can help them get off the fence. You've gone over things with them, you've talked to them, you've shared with them, they've watched tools, they've talked to third party. Stop asking them, do you have any more questions I can answer? How many of you are guilty of that? I want to see you dropping guilty in the chat. Do you ask people that? Oh, here the chat goes. I love it. I love it, you guys. Okay. I'm not saying don't ask them if they have any questions. All right. But like once you answer a couple questions, okay, then we're done. We're done with that. Stop asking, do you have any more questions? And start asking, can I let you know what information I need to get you started? Write that down. You guys, I learned that. How many of you are familiar with Jessie Lee Ward? Sadly, she was a legend in our profession, a legend in our profession, and sadly she passed a couple years ago. That woman was brilliant, and it was one of the things that it was a takeaway that I got from her years ago, and I still use it. Can I let you know what information I need to get you started? Okay, right. I want you guys all to write that down, and I want that to be a direct question that you ask. Okay, so oh, we have some unmuters here. Okay. Um, Here's an example of how we want to keep it nice and simple. If you've been wanting younger looking skin or less joint pain, this is always our number one recommendation and our go-to. Below is the link with my 15% discount and free shipping. Remember, simple sells, complicated confuses. Okay. So the fourth one that we want you to do this month before we close is let's get loud about what's working. How many of you right now are being really, really loud on social because you are fired up, you are excited about the launch of the new Liquid BioCell? I really want you guys to get loud about what's working. Okay. So in the last slide, I suggested that you find one product bundle, whatever it might be, that you want to promote through month end, and let's get loud about it. And let's time to share. Share your results, share customer wins, share testimonials. Okay. This is a great place for stories. Talk about the products, talk about the results, screenshot the texts of the people that sent you how it's working for them or how well it's going. Share the before and afters, share the business wins, share the product wins. People want to see those kinds of things. Small wins. They need to see that it works. Confidence is going to come from evidence. Let's give them the evidence that they're looking for. Okay. And again, like I said, stories are great for this. All right. And then lastly, decide right now, decide that we are going to finish March strong. March is going to close better than February. This is the most important part. We are not going to just see what happens through month end. Okay. How many of you have been guilty of just seeing what happens? Have you guys ever said that before? Because I know some of you have, because you've said it to me. I've heard it. I've heard it. How many of you are guilty? I want to see it in the chat. I want to see it in the chat. Uh-oh. Dana, it's cute. Yeah, seeing what happens. Well, guess what? Not this month, guys. There's too much on the line right now. We are not seeing what happens. We are deciding what's going to happen. Set a number, say it out loud, own it, and then invite others to it. And we're going to do that right now. Guys, I want every single one of you drop in the chat something that you're running for this month before month close. I want to see it. Your energy matters, your belief matters, and your action is going to set the tone for the entire team. What are we running for before the month closes? Because if you say it in the chat, it means you have to do it. Okay. Third star bonus, 5K. Sign up 3 people, 235 more. Coordinator, 2 more sales. Star Club, 75. Dang, you guys are still busy. All right. Well, we're not going to take up all your time tonight. You guys got to get moving. All right. So now I want to go backwards to this again, and I want to talk about the month-end checklist, and then I'm going to stop sharing. We're going to talk a little bit about some of the very, very specific things that you should be doing that are here on the month-end checklist. If you guys do not see this or don't use this, you need to use this. You can find this in boards, business under business opportunity resources, and then organizational tracker charts. Your month-end checklist. First and foremost, have you created do you have your 75 AB to be commission qualified? Is the first ring closed? That's the first thing you should do. Go through, check that, make sure it's closed, and then if it is closed, which I'm assuming it is, make sure every single person on your team is also closed. Extremely important. Next is your customer ring closed. 500 points. Do you have your 500 points of customer volume? Is your personal ring closed? Okay. Always first, you got to put your own oxygen mask on first, then go through your team and make sure all of theirs is closed. Okay. Next, star clubs. Guys, these are the biggest, they're the smallest things, but they're the biggest things. Watching your star club stars light up, that is proof right there that your business is growing. Every single month, you want to be earning at least one Star Club bonus. How many enrollments are needed right now for you to hit your next Star Club bonus? And how much volume is left for your next Star Club bonus, right? I challenge every single one of you. If you have, 2 or 1 stars to close out that next Star Club bonus, it's time for you to get busy and close that next one out. Then we're going to look at that report. There is a report that says Star Clubs. You can look at your team. And guys, go through your team because so many people in our teams need one more order to get their next Star Club. Some people don't need any more orders. They just need a little bit of volume. Or the opposite, they have all the volume, they just need one more order. So you guys, over time, if you are working through this with your team, don't assume they know. Write that down. I want you guys to write in your notes. Do not assume that your team knows what they need to close the month strong. Get with them. Tell them. Jen Blumberg, if you're here, I think you're here. Jen Blumberg and I both are like report people. We are both somebody that likes to make sure that our teams are not leaving money on the table. But guess what? I'll be darned if we don't every single month make sure that each other knows what we need in order to close out our own month. Now, I know girlfriend knows when I message her and say, you need $50 for your next Star Club. I know she knows it, but you know what? I'm going to tell her anyway, because I want her to know that she's supported and that there is a second set of eyes on our business. Guys, no one's going to get upset for that. They're going to be glad that somebody else is looking out for them. So make sure you are letting your team know how close they are to their next Star Club. Okay, next one. Look at where your sales are right now. Look at what you need to be at to get to that next percentage tier. How close are you? What do you need to do to close that gap? And then I'm going to challenge you guys to do something else with this. All right. I want you to look at your sales, multiply it times whatever percentage you're currently at. Okay. And then I want you to multiply it by the next percentage. When you think about 5%, does 5% sound like a lot? Not really, right? Doesn't sound like a big jump. I want you guys to know that in a lot of cases, 5% is hundreds and hundreds of extra dollars in your paycheck. Okay. So I am going to encourage every one of you to get to that next sales tier. And in doing that, make sure that you are checking through each person in your team because if they are also close, I even go so far as to show the difference. Right now, at the 20% tier, you're making $400. If you jump to the 25% tier, you're making $550. I even fill in that gap with them and show them what that increase will be. I don't know about you guys, but when people hear that it's, 150, 200, $250, guess what? That sounds like more money than 5%. So I'm going to encourage you to try doing it that way. And I think you're going to be surprised at how many people you actually see make it to that next jump. Because you guys, these little activities right here, every single month at month close is what is going to help your organization grow by hundreds, if not thousands, of organizational points. Okay. And then again, leaders, check your team star clubs, check your team's customer sales, and make sure that people are not missing their ranks. We do not want to leave money on the table. Are you guys with me? Okay. I don't like leaving money on the table, and I don't want you guys leaving money on the table. Now, are you going to go pull that chart and keep it in front of you, print it out and keep it in front of you for month end every single month? And how many of you are already doing that? If you guys are already doing that, not just for yourself, but for your team, drop that in the chat. Drop me. I want to see who's already. Yeah, look at Michelle Best. She's a star student tonight. I see it. She's got it right there. Go, girl. Who else? Who else has one printed out? Good. I see lots of yeses in the chat. Good. You guys are star students. That's why you're here on Never Miss a Monday. I'm proud of you. All right. All right, it's time to sit up straight, everybody. Let's go. Sit up with me. It's time to sit up. It's time to shake it out, shoulders back. We're going to shift gears a little bit. Okay. Are you excited for the BioCell launch? Yeah. Do you feel like you've had your brains trained out on the new BioCell launch? Do you feel like you're ready for this? And do you feel like you understand the differences between the new BioCell and the old BioCell? And do you feel like you've had your brains trained out? You can say yes, it's okay. Remember, Lisa likes real talk. I'm from Philly. We're real out here. We don't mince words. Okay. So I wanted to stop sharing because it's really important to me that I wanted you guys to not only see me, but I want to see you too, because now I want to talk about what happened on Saturday. Okay. And on Saturday, as you guys know, we had an event and we went through everything that you could possibly ever need to know about learning about not just the new product, but a lot of our hero products and just where we sit right now in this business, in this company. And I want to explain a little bit because I don't know that all of you know how that event came to be. But about 2 weeks ago, there was some offsite meetings out in California, and it just so happened that Roger, some of the corporate team, was going to be there, and some of our upline and some of our leadership team had planned an event in California. And because the timing just kind of worked out, corporate was able to attend for some of the leaders in California, and they presented what we got an opportunity to see on Saturday. And unfortunately, I personally was not there. It was my son's birthday, and I chose to not go, but I had major FOMO for not being in that room. And I was texting some of our other leaders that were there, like Sam and Andrea and Jen, and they just kept saying, "This was so good. This was so good. You guys had to be in the room. You just had to be in the room." Well, obviously, we weren't in that room, right? So, you know, thanks to them, they decided to create the opportunity for us to be in the room, and they created that room for us on Saturday. And that presentation that happened is what was presented to that group that was live in California. Okay. So we all had that opportunity to get to see it. And so thank you to our amazing, amazing leadership team for giving us that as an option to be able to be a part of it. Now, I really, really hope that you guys know what I'm talking about right now. Okay. I know I dropped it in all the chats. It was in Telegram that if you have not seen the Saturday event, please watch it. If you guys watched the Saturday event live or replay, drop yes, please, in the chat. I'd love to see how many of you were got to see it. Okay. I want to say a couple things about this. I've been a part of this profession for 19 years. I have been at every single event, every company event, every single one for 19 years, except for one because my sister got married. Okay. That was the only event I ever missed in 19 years. And I want you guys to know that I myself personally believe that what we witnessed and what we got an opportunity to see on Saturday was one of the most well done events I've ever seen. I share that because of the confidence, the conviction, the knowledge, the elevated word choices. And I really just believe that it was the best presentation that I've ever seen of what we have to offer here in the year that I've been here. If you guys saw it and you agree with me, drop agree in the chat, please. So I want to start just by saying, first of all, that you all attending that event, whether you watched the replay, whether you watched it on Saturday, that is the first step. Okay. So good job. Now we're going to talk about where the real leverage is going to come into place. Okay. So congrats to you guys for taking an hour and a half on your Saturday or whenever else and really giving the time that it deserves because it was good. It was really good. And again, if you haven't seen it, you need to. If you already watched it, we all need to watch it more than once because it was that good. Now, let's talk about what we're going to do with that information. Okay. Because did you guys know most people train their brains out and never do a darn thing with it, right? We're not going to be most people. And here's what I want to talk about. Some of the things that we're going to do is we're going to use it, we are going to learn it, we're going to leverage it, and we're going to apply it. And we're going to start right now. Okay. So I want all of us to be able to speak and present this business like Elizabeth did. I want all of us to be able to speak and talk about the products like Adriana did. You guys, we all deserve to be able to share it and speak more confidently, more fluently, more eloquently, and just with more poise so that we exude confidence when we are talking about this and presenting it. And that is what I want, not just for me, but for every single one of us. So I want to now give you guys 5 practical ways that you can use and leverage this event to actually grow your business. Okay. So many of you have asked for the slides. I know who you are. Some of you want those slides. You don't need the slides. None of you need those slides. What you need is the language that goes with the slides. The slides are just going to give you guys more information of the same stuff that you already know and that you already have. You need the language that goes with the slides. If you agree with me, drop language in the chat. And I know, see, I see you guys. Some of you aren't even asking for the slides because y'all were screenshotting them. See that? You think I don't watch the chat, but I do. Okay. So, first thing I want you guys to do, we're going to turn some of our key takeaways into content. I want right now, who has a pen or a pencil? Get out your pens and pencils. I want you guys right now to write on whatever's in front of you, your table, your lap, your pad of paper, your wall. I don't care. Just write 3 key takeaways. There you go. Your Rose is writing on her head. Good. Three key takeaways that you had from listening to that event. While you're at it, so I don't see anybody getting up to it right on their walls. Drop one of them in the chat. Drop one of your key takeaways in the chat, but I want you writing three on paper. Okay? I want to see what your key takeaways were. Let's say timing, huge gap in the market. I'll share mine with you. Mine was that there are, how many was it? Hold on, I gotta write it. I gotta, over 500 trillion attacks on our cells every minute. That was one of mine. 500 trillion. Like, that's a lot. Life chain expansion, we're massive growth. Okay. Gap in market. Okay. All right. So you guys feel free to keep dropping them. That's good. So what I now want you to do is we're going to create three different posts that you can use on social media with your key takeaways. I'm going to give you another example. Okay. Why timing matters right now. A lot of you guys drop timing. So that is something right now that you can use, that you can create content with. Talk in your stories about why that matters. Make a post about why timing matters right now. Here's another example. What makes liquid biocell different? Like, what makes the new liquid biocell different? Another one, who is this for? Who can it help? Like, so there's just so many things that you can do to create three pieces of content with those three key takeaways. And then we're going to go into our stories and we're going to layer that. All right. If you guys were in there and you were screenshotting slides, I hope that you maybe made like a quick little soundbite, like a little recording of somebody speaking, or maybe you screenshotted the different generations and what they're spending monthly. That's a really good one. Okay. So you want to go into your stories and layer upon the posts that you just made. Talk about the event, show your face, talk about your excitement around that launch, talk about your takeaways, share the problem that you're looking at, who has this problem, and then share how your takeaways can be part of that solution. Okay. So we just want to see, it might sound really silly and really simple, but you guys, these are the things that matter to people. These are the things that draw people to you and make you feel relatable to them. Okay. So again, we don't need the slides. We need the language that goes with the slides. We don't need more content. We need to use the content we have. The second thing that we need to be doing, we need to be leveraging this recording with authority. So right now, I am certain that there are many of you that have business prospects, that people that you've been talking to for a long time, people that have been on the fence, people that are really, really interested in the business, but they just might not be at a point right now where they have pulled the trigger and decided to get started. Do you guys have prospects like that? Let's say. Yes, I'm seeing some yeses. Okay. So this recording is a really, really good opportunity for you to use this with high level, very interested prospects. Okay. Remember what I just said. High level, very interested prospects. This is not a first look at Shackley. This is not a introduction to our company. This is something, because you guys, it's a time commitment to watch this. This is something that you want to put in front of a prospect that is deeply interested and has already shown that they really want to do a deep dive into what we have. This would be a good tool to leverage for that type of prospect. Okay. Or Those of you with fabulous technical skills, you can take segments of the recording and break it up into segments. Let's say you're talking to somebody about Vivix. I don't know about you. When I know but what I know about Vivix or what I did know, I'm like, Vivix blunts inflammation and it helps aging from the inside out. The way that these women talked about this product is like, it's unbelievable. And it's like every human needs that. So we cut that little section and we use that as a tool to introduce somebody who is interested in learning about Vivix. Are you guys understanding what I'm trying to say about how we don't want to just be there, listen, say, okay, that was great, take notes, and then never look at our notes again? Let's really, really lean into what we learned and let's utilize it to the fullest. So I would use sections of that recording depending on what it is that you're talking to somebody about. Okay. Third thing, we want to really be using curiosity right now on social media around a couple products or product bundles that you sell most, whichever they are. They're different for all of us. We all have, our own little hedgehog. That's a Wayne word. Everyone's got different hedgehogs. Figure out what your hedgehogs are, and we want to create some curiosity around them. What is something that you learned about the products that you love to sell and use? Something that they might not know. If you guys learned something new about your specific hedgehog, drop it in the chat. I want to see what you learned. Okay, so let me give you an example of one of mine because I wrote some down. Most collagen products are there to help replenish lost collagen, but they don't necessarily support, build, and strengthen existing collagen. Okay, so that is something that we have that we can create content around. Here's another example. Over 500 trillion attacks happen on our cells every minute. I believe, you guys, that that's something that most people don't know. I didn't know it. I highly doubt most of you guys knew it. That is okay, right? Somebody just said in the chat, Life Shake has no lead. Those are all little bits of things that we can create content around, okay? Our product protects cells from attacks, prevents and blunts existing inflammation, and helps cells perform at their peak. So we want to create some curiosity around whatever those products are, whatever those bundles are that we love and that we sell most and that we're confident about, but elevate a little bit with using some of this new language that we've learned. Okay. The other thing that I wanted to say, I think I just blended two of my things together, is you want to leave a call to action for somebody. Okay. So if you are creating a post with curiosity, if you are in your stories and you're talking about something, a lot of times, you guys, and we are all guilty of this, we know we get on social, we're there for like 2 minutes before we're on to our next thing. Then we're back on for another 2 minutes, then we're on to our next thing. Okay. Give somebody a quick call to action. Drop the word info if you want to learn more about what I'm learning. That way, they don't have to think about what they need to say to you if it's something that they're interested in. Okay? If you leave it open-ended, you run the risk of losing somebody's potential because they very well might be interested, but they might not have literally 5 seconds to shoot you a message and say, hey, friend, I haven't talked to you in a while, but tell me more about that. Say, drop the word info, they drop info. Boom. Next thing you know, you're sending them some information. I want you to think about your own social media habits, how we pop on, we pop off. We jump back on, we jump back off. I want you to think about that because other people are out there doing the exact same thing. So leaving a simple call to action for them, a one-word thing, boom, they're going to send you the information that you're looking for. Okay. And then the last one is I want you guys to go back and re-watch the segments that are about the products that you use and love and sell most. Rewatch those segments. I want you to write down keyword choices, elevated language, study it, practice it, watch it on repeat. And I'm not kidding you guys. I re-listened to this when I was in the shower. I'm going to re-listen to it when I'm driving. Like I want to hear over and over and over the way that Elizabeth and Adriana speak about the business and the way they speak about the products, because that repetition is going to be what it's going to take to help us be able to elevate our language, our conviction, our success, and our business. Hearing it once, that's not going to do it. But these ladies are sharp. They are absolutely incredible at what they do. And that's what we need to do right now. That's what we need to be able to get better is we need to listen again and again and again. So how many of you are going to go back? And I'm not saying listen to the whole thing. There might be pieces of that that they're not your hedgehog. And they're not necessarily something. I would rather you listen to what really matters to you 10 times than listen to all of it 3 times. Okay? All right. I'm fired up. The last thing that I want to talk about is I want you all to realize how fortunate we are right now. Not, and I am saying this not just because on Wednesday, we are starting the beginning of our next billion-dollar launch. Yes, I'm super excited about that. And you guys were probably expecting more biocell training tonight, but I was like, you know what? They've got the training. They need to know what to do with it now. And I want you guys to know that we are sitting in front of something that is huge. It is extremely big. It is extremely unique. It is extremely rare in the field that we're a part of and in the profession as a whole. There are some people that are going to miss this. There are other people that are going to catch on and they're going to wish that they recognized it sooner. Do not let that be you. Okay? Do not let that be you. We all landed here together for a reason, regardless of where we came from, whether it was a prior company, whether you've never done this before, it doesn't matter. We all landed here together. If you are brand new in this profession and you have never done this before, take it from us. Those of us that have done it before, that have been doing this for 2 decades, from those of us, some of us have made millions in this profession. Take it from us. We are sitting right now in a very, very unique, special position in a company that is sound, in a company that is stable, in a company that is worth billions of dollars, debt free, ready to do the next biggest billion-dollar launch. And what I want you guys to know is that a little sliver, the teeniest little sliver of a billion-dollar product launch can be life-changing for you and for your family. And for the family that will come potentially generations after you're gone. It's what we do with it right now. That is what matters. I believe this to my core. We are not launching a product on Wednesday. It's a category shift. This is a billion-dollar conversation. And I don't know about you, but I don't want you guys to be somebody that just watches it happen. I want you to leverage it and I want you to get a little piece of it. Now, if you're going to get a little piece of the billion-dollar pie, drop billion in the chat. I want to see it. Yes, good. I like the ones that say it in all caps. I know you mean business. Yeah, you guys really think about this. Think about it. Liquid BioCell is a proven billion-dollar brand. It's a billion-dollar category. And the product has remained the same for many, many years. It has remained, people are loyal, people love it. And this is a huge innovation and a huge upgrade. Huge. This can change the trajectory of your life if you let it. I'm not a hype girl. I don't like hype. I don't like BS and I just don't. Like, I want you guys to know I am saying this because I really believe it and I really mean it. And you guys are the ones that are here tonight. You guys are the ones that showed up. You're the ones that are going to close this month strong. You're the ones that are going to be on that launch call on Wednesday. And you guys are going to be the ones that are putting out content because of what you learned over this weekend. And I believe 100% that all of those things are going to help you contribute to earning your piece of that new billion-dollar launch. So with that, I want you guys to work with me. Let's elevate our habits. Let's elevate our language. Let's elevate our word choices. And let's elevate our mindset. And let's elevate the quality of the people that we introduce this business to and that we introduce these products to. And let's elevate our lives as a result of that. So that's what I have for you tonight. I'm going to let you all go 8 minutes early so that you can get after it. And I hope you guys all have the best month close. And I can't wait to see you all on Wednesday on the launch. Have a good night, everyone.